Let's create our 2025 vision boards together. This is probably one of my most favorite parts of December, my favorite parts of the year altogether. I love a good vision board. I had so many things from this year's vision board that came true for me, so I was even more excited to do my vision board this year. I have all the supplies that I need. What we're gonna do for the video today is create our vision board together. I'll run you through what I'm doing for this year's vision board, how it's different from last year's vision board, everything that I have in front of me, and then also we'll go through what I'm putting on my vision board, why I'm putting it there, kind of like my thing behind it. Join along, pull up Pinterest kind of beside you so you can surf along or write some notes down of things that you would like to include in yours. But the first thing that we're going to start off with is reviewing my 2024 vision board and see what came true, what I'm still working on, what I won't be adding to in the future, what didn't really work, and let's go. I'm going to bring down my vision board so we can have a look at it together. However, before I do that, let me know down in the comments below something that you're going to be adding to your 2025 vision board so we can have an amazing 2025 together. Also, if you haven't yet, remember to hit the subscribe button and then maybe share this with a friend if you want to be creating vision boards together. I think this would be such a fun activity to do with friends. If I had some, I would do it with them. But you guys are my friends and we're doing this together. Let me pull down my 2024 vision board. This thing is massive and I do regret having such a big vision board. I just got the dimensions completely wrong when I was making this last year, but let's have a little look. So my word for 2024, and I've written it like across, was grateful. And I think I really embodied this year. I spoke a little bit about it in my 2024 goals review and new goals for 2025 video. So if you haven't yet, go and check that out. But I really believe that I embodied this and tried to see like where the grass is greener. I tried to find green grass in like the patch that I was in. I really think I did. So I'm gonna start with maybe the corner closest to me. This area was like a little vibe area, some gifts that I wanted, some outfits that I like. I had a little quote, romanticize your life. And I think I tried to do this. I think I could have done this a little bit better, but then some presents that I have here were these green earrings, which I have worn quite a bit. I got these for, I think either in March, I got them as a gift from my husband. And then I also got this green bag over here. And I got this in April, I think. We just walked into the store and they had this exact green color. And my husband was like, it is on your vision board, you have to get it, which I thought it was so wild. It was the same colorway. Mine is a little bit bigger than this, but I thought that was just like the coolest thing. I didn't get this green bag over here. It just wasn't in the cards for me. And to be honest, after this green one, I feel like of the little greened out anyway, if I did come across this bag, I don't know if I would pick it up in a green again. In terms of outfits, I had a little outfit inspiration, and this like outfit here, this red number with this pink coat and then even this green skirt and this purple midi skirts, I started wearing again. I know that's like sometimes like wild. You're like, Chitra, what are you talking about? It's just a skirt. But I used to wear this kind of style of midi skirts all the time. And then I felt like when I gained some weight, it just didn't look as cute on me. But this year, the midi skirt came back. I wore like something very similar. And I actually didn't even realize how similar this was, that I wore this very similar like red skirt and pink like sweater when I was in Estonia. And actually at this point when I'm like reviewing my vision board, I'm realizing how similar it was. Another thing is this picture, like this picture over here. It's like these wide pants with this white t-shirt. And I just really liked this outfit. I didn't think I was ever going to actually wear it. But now that I think about it, I have so many wide-legged pants of these t-shirts in my closet. I think I must have like 4 or 5. If you guys have seen, actually, you would not have seen my Baltics vlog yet, my trip to Europe, but I was living in pants like this. And it's so funny to me because I completely forgot this was on here. It was kind of like snuck towards the back and I just kind of forgot it was there. My vision board is looking a little like worse for wear, I have to be honest with you. It's kind of falling apart here, but here we go. We're just gonna try and fix it up. But this was, yeah, this kind of moment here this was pretty cool. One other thing that I kind of added to my vision board, I guess a little bit last minute here. This is something that I added kind of just in the middle of the year, where my husband read the book 5 Love Languages, and then he wrote out kind of his love languages, which were words of affirmation, acts of service, and he wrote my cooking. So I just added that on my vision list, just like a reminder to myself, because my love languages are very, very, very different to this. And I think this has really helped us a lot in kind of understanding each other. I would highly recommend reading that book. I haven't read it yet. I just kind of learned off my husband, but I do recommend reading this one. Let's move, why don't we move up? All right, so we have this one, 5 a.m. And this was basically to inspire me to wake up earlier. And I did this pretty well at the beginning of the year. I would say up until like March, April, I was pretty solid at this. And then in March, I was traveling. In April, I was traveling. In May, I traveled. And in June, I traveled. I did that 2-week Asia trip. And then I started 75 Hard. And if you watch my 75 Hard vlogs, you know how much 75 Hard really screwed me up. Not 75 Hard in particular, but I think some of my habits that I developed because of 75 Hard, I was just like pushing workouts until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And then I took on a lot of workload this year as well. And I felt like I was staying up until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. If you've watched those vlogs, you've seen me kind of go through it, really try to figure out what was happening. But this is something that I didn't get to achieve. And I really want to do this. I want to stick to this. I want to have a habit of waking up earlier because it just makes everything in my day so much better. I spend more time with the baby. I get more work done. I feel like I'm more productive. It's just 5 a.m. is going to happen. And then up the top here, we have 2 pictures of, I think, oh yeah, okay, this is of the stairway, and my stairway does not look like this. I did not get to achieve this. It was just me and my husband, we just had these back and forth conversations about this because this is a rental and we're moving out next year. And he was like, how much more money you want to pour into this place? Because yeah, and we don't spend that much time in our like staircase area anyways, kind of like separate to the main part of the house. So you have like our living room and then you exit and then there's the stairway and then you can go into another room. So it kind of almost is like you can Airbnb some of the other rooms in our house and you wouldn't like interact with the other people that are staying in those rooms. Like there's separate kind of hallway. Does that make sense? So he was just like, just don't do it. It doesn't connect to the main part of the house. And even though it would look nice, it was just something that was not in the cards for this year. Behind this one of the stairway, I have a fun one. And this is actually the inspo that I had for my office room. So this was going to be my desk, a little shelf, and basically there was a balcony and I wanted to convert it into like a greenhouse kind of thing. And I did this year. I got a desk that's got very similar color, if you guys can kind of see behind ish, if you guys can see, but you've probably seen it in a bunch of my reels and stuff. And then I have this shelving unit as well that I got made, and that's kind of peeping up over the top, but you guys have probably seen that. And this room makes me very happy. It's just like my own little den. I come here, have my lunch sometimes while I'm watching Netflix. I stay up late here, watch some like movies and just like do work. I love that, like scroll on Pinterest and all of that here. And I'm so glad, again, even though it's a rental, I'm so glad that I did this because I was going crazy working on the dining room table. Like it was just not productive at all. And maybe also that's why I just got in like so into my work this year because of the room, because, you know, I just had a place to really focus. We're gonna move on a little bit more, just kind of moving across. We have this green bedroom picture, and this does not happen. I have actually a painter booked for the day after tomorrow, but my husband's saying he doesn't want to get it done. I'm leaving for my birthday trip really soon, and I was planning on getting it done while we were on our trip, but my husband's like, no, don't do it when we're not here. So I think I'm just gonna wait. It's gonna be a little bit longer, but it is gonna be done in 2024. It's gonna be done. And I have these little picture frames here as well that I have purchased. Mine are a little bit more like funky, not like just rectangles. So I'm gonna put them up as soon as the wall is done as well. And then we have just some like vibey pictures. I think this is an airport pic. And then we have a few here. This is one of Invisalign, and this is the baking one. I have an Invisalign appointment tomorrow, y'all. So I still have a chance to make it. I really want to try and just like bite the bullet and get it done. I had my first Invisalign appointment in 2020, which is why I didn't go anywhere. And I just feel like it's time. I want to upgrade my teeth. I want to get them fixed. I'm done with having crooked teeth. For me, I want to get it fixed. I know sometimes people are like, just like be happy with who you are and all of that. And if that is you, I am proud of you for having that level of self-confidence. I just don't have it. Take it, my parents never gave me compliments growing up, so I don't have that level of self-confidence. I would like to get it fixed. And also, I think because I record so many videos and I see myself, it's just like a big insecurity that I have, and I would like to get it fixed. I also have one of like this stand mixer cooking, and again, I didn't do that much cooking this year. I thought I would, but I think with all of the work that I put on myself and my team and everybody around me, I think didn't happen. But I'm still putting this on the bucket list for next year. I want this to happen. I want to cook more. I want to be a baker. I want to make my daughter things that she loves. I want to cook for my husband. I want to cook for myself. It's going to happen. And then over here, I had some small business stuff at the beginning of the year. My intention was to restart my small business. I also wanted to do like some merch for us, like for me and you, but it just didn't get around to it. I didn't think I would have the support out there. I'm still a really small creator, so maybe in another couple of years or something like that, we can have that, but not in the cards for me this year. I'm gonna wander down, and we have some just like vibey pictures, like in the middle, just some reading aesthetic, some hosting. We did end up hosting a bunch of people this year. So this was really just fun and exciting. And I want to do it better next year for sure. I want to host like brunches, girls' dinners, and just like afternoon teas and whatever I can. And then also across here, we have some nice little manicured nails. I wanted to have pretty nails throughout the year, and it just honestly just didn't happen. I didn't figure out how to have a nice, like do a nice manicure myself, since I live in a rather small town in India. We don't have great nail places. Like I have pretty nails like right now for my birthday and for Christmas, but I got them done on Saturday morning, and today is a Monday, and I had to go and get it fixed already one, which is why I stopped putting like the little gel and the shellac and the acrylics and stuff. But this one didn't really happen, and I'm not gonna pursue it anymore. I think it's just wait until I get to a bigger city and I can just pay someone to do it. That's the vibe we're going for. In this bottom section over here, we have some travel inspo, which is so exciting. It's my favorite. It's like believe this is a pretzel. I'm not sure if this is in Germany, but I did do this. I had pretzels in Berlin with my sister. We did also have some gelato in front of the Trevi Fountain. I went to the Disneyland in Tokyo, and we went to Disneyland and Disney Sea, both of them. And yeah, this was just like amazing to take my daughter to Disneyland. She turned 1 and we went for her birthday. I also got to go to, this is like a picture of Team Labs, and I got to go to Team Labs twice, once with my daughter and just like once with my husband. So this was really epic as well. This is just like a vibey picture of like the flight. And funnily enough, now that I look at it, I just thought I did this for vibes, but I do actually have pictures like this that I took on flight. So it's just so funny how, like, you know, you put some of these moments on your vision board, and then like I completely forgot about it until I'm reviewing it with you guys right now. And I don't know, it's just so funny to see that I didn't remember this, but I took this photo. Like in the back of my mind, this photo would have been there. Like the idea didn't pop out of nowhere, but yeah, that's so funny to me. And then this little street in Brussels, went here, took a picture. We ate some delicious waffles here as well. And my sister just thought I was crazy while I was like standing here, but I was like, no, I want to go here. I want to take this picture. I want to eat my waffle right over here. And we literally stood on the street and I ate my waffles right here. This is, I think it was a botanical garden or something in Brussels, and I didn't get to do this. It just didn't work out with our itinerary. Moving across a little bit, this is like a little vibey thing again that I had, nothing like concrete, but just like what I want my year to look like. I wouldn't say I ate so many fruits. I think I need to get better at that. I do really love fruits. I'm just so lazy to make sure that they're stocked in the fridge and then also cut them up, to be honest with you. I did eat a lot more greens. We started doing at least one green with each meal, so lunch and dinner. So we did that. I took up running. I didn't run like the 5K that I thought. We did do C2 5K a couple of times. And also just the vibe of this, again, something else that I'm looking at that I was like, this is so weird because I didn't have this in my mind all year. And now that I look at it, I did do so many outdoor walks. Y'all saw that on 75 Hard. Every second workout was an outdoor walk. So it's so funny to have that. And even the water pictures, Again, it's something that was not really conscious, but drank so much water on 75 Hard, and I've continued that habit for the most part, at least drinking like 3 liters of water every day. We have a little treadmill over here, again, vibey. We have a little picture of Pilates here as well. And Pilates is something that I definitely did. I got back into Pilates. You guys would have seen me in my 75 Hard vlogs doing a bunch of Pilates. Yeah, that was really amazing. I can't wait to get back to it next year as well. I have this picture of this red skirt over here. And again, this was the inspo. I went to Hoi An and I got this red skirt made for myself. They didn't do the best job. Like it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't look as nice as it does in this photo, but I got this skirt made in Hoi An and then I wore it in Estonia and I think another place somewhere else, I can't remember, but this moment for me, I feel like this moment came true. I have another one of the balcony office room transformation I wanted. And then over here, some vibey pictures again. Oh, YouTube monetization, I achieved that. And then Northern Lights, I didn't get to see. We have like just some YouTube like 100K plaque photos, which I knew was not gonna happen for me this year, but it was like a long-term vision. Snorkeling didn't happen. And then like some pictures of a new studio, which we actually ended up getting and setting up, not as impressively as that, but it's set up. So I would say overall, my vision board for 2024 was literally 2024 was my year. I'm so proud of myself for all that I managed to achieve. Like I felt like I achieved at least a chunk of this. Yeah, I would say at least 75% of this for me came true. And even though like towards the end of the year, I wasn't referring to it as a lot. And even in first half of the year when this room was getting built, I had put this vision board away somewhere in my closet. I wasn't seeing it every day. It's just so funny how like you can have something just there and subconsciously like the images kind of register in your mind and you remember them. And when you like, I don't usually have ice cream. I don't usually have gelato, but when we went to the Trevi Fountain, we have like a picture just like this. And I remember from our Airbnb in Rome, I had a little cup of gelato and I was just watching the Trevi Fountain. I'm having my little gelato and yeah, just like little moments like that where your vision board just kind of, it works, y'all, it works. So on that note, let's start making our vision board for 2025. All right, let's put together our vision board for 2025. These are the supplies that I have. I have a little paper cutter that I'm going to be using to cut all of my little pictures right over here. I basically got these pictures from Pinterest and then I put them over on like, you could put them on a Word doc, but I did Canva and then I just got them printed out at the local print shop. You could also use like pictures from a magazine or something, but I obviously have very specific kind of goals and everything in mind that I got pictures printed out for. And then I also have some scissors if I just wanted to cut anything out in like particular, like not use the paper cutter. I have a little blade here as well. And then I have a little glue tape. And basically this is like a whiteout that you have, but you just like, it just runs glue and you can put it on the back to stick things down. I also, just in case that didn't work, I did buy some glue sticks. I haven't used glue sticks since like primary school, but I got some glue sticks so I can stick everything down. What I'm doing this year is instead of using like that pin board that I have, I wanted something a little bit more like aesthetic. So I got this picture frame. This is from IKEA. It's called the Silver Hodgson. It's 50 centimeters by 70 centimeters. And this is where I'm gonna put my vision board for this year. And I thought this was so cute. Like it looks like a little piece of like art. Not really, but like, you know what I mean? Like the corkboard situation, I felt like was it looked a little messy maybe. It still worked, but it was a little messy and I just wanted something a little bit more aesthetic. Yeah, just to have in my room. And also I wanted to have this plexiglass or like this glass cover on it so things didn't keep like slipping and sliding and all around. And it was my daughter, if I ever put my vision board down because I'm cleaning in the area or something, she'd always just start picking at the little pins and it's just like a nightmare. So I have this, I did buy 2 of them just in case. And I think if I don't end up using the second one for the vision board, I don't think I will. I'm gonna actually use it for like a style board where I put in like outfit inspirations and like hair inspo, makeup inspo, etc. and like hang it in my closet to have just like I'm just such a visual person. And again, when I have like pictures of like hairstyles, when I go on Pinterest, when I look at stuff, it just like happens for me. So I think that's why also like vision boards for me work so well, because I'm such a visual person. I'm gonna start cutting these out. I'm gonna be using my paper cutter over here. You guys would have seen me work with this last year. It does take a hot minute. And last year I made a mistake where for each picture around that picture, I kept like a little white border. And that just meant like I had to cut everything like 2 times for like each picture. But this year I didn't do that. I just made them all like stick right next to each other, and they like just work out like that. But this is, I would say, a slightly tedious kind of process, so just takes a hot minute to get it all together. So as I do this, I thought I could talk to you guys about some of like the images and things that I put. Maybe you guys can surf on Pinterest yourself for what you would like to put on your vision board, or have like a think about it, or just listen to me in the background as I kind of do this. So this first one, I think, is mainly of like some YouTube kind of goals and everything that I have. I have like a 100K plaque one, and I don't think that's gonna happen for me again this year. In my mind, I'm hoping that I hit 20K subscribers this year. So again, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. But for me, that always feels so awkward to say, but you have to say it apparently. But I have that up there. And then I also have like something of like your channel analytics kind of screenshot. Again, I just got it from Pinterest. I have another one with like the views count. And then I have a travel one, just some like suitcases that I thought looked really cute. All of like the colors here are a little bit more muted. The printer that I use, like the shop that I get these printed at, his printer, he just does a dodgy job sometimes, and it's not always like the best quality. Over here, I have a bunch of little travel inspo pics. Travel is going to be a huge part of my 2025. Travel is usually a huge part of any year for me. I absolutely love traveling, and I need all of the inspo pics because sometimes that is what pushes me through like a bad day. If I'm just having a rough day, I just tell myself I can take a trip and just jet. I can get out of here. I mean, I'm not going to do that because I have a daughter and I can't leave her behind. But just like, you know, if I'm having an argument with someone, if something has gone wrong or whatever, I just remind myself, I can take a trip. I can go anywhere. I can go to Paris and have some hot chocolate and I'll be good. Or even if I'm just having a rough day at work, I'm like, okay, I just want to give up. Nothing is working for me. Then I'll tell myself like, okay, you have a trip booked. Who's going to pay for this trip? You know, you want to save for this, you want to save for that, etc. So I just try to, you know, it's just like a huge motivation factor for me. I'm going to pin my hair back, you guys, just because it'll be easier to work. How cute is this hair clip? It is like a little blueberry. Usually, if I was like doing this all by myself, I would 100% be in my PJs. And I mean, I'm in a sweatshirt right now, but I'd be in PJs. My hair would be like in a bun on top of my head. And I mean, it'll be a different kind of cute. This one has some pictures of like celebrations. I have some balloons. I have some little cocktail glasses with black ribbons, which I think is such a vibe. And then I have some like brunch setups and stuff like that. Again, I want to host more people this year, and I want to be a better host. I feel like this year I was not such a great host. I was just really caught up in work on most days, and even on weekends I was like working. So I just want to change that this year. If I make plans to host people, I want to do a good job at it. I don't want it to be last minute. I don't want to like just be sloppy at it. Like, I think I still did a good job, like, but I think it just could have, it wasn't the vibes. The vibes weren't there, you guys. The vibes weren't there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to attempt to do 3 of them at a time just to speed up this process. Okay, only 2 sheets at a time. I have one picture of here of like this is a business owner. It's Lauren Conrad, if you guys know who she is, but she owns like her own line at Kohl's, I think it's called. It's like a US chain, and it's just like a picture of her just working in her little studio, and I just thought it was just such a vibe. Like, she's already an icon, but yeah, I just thought it was a vibe, and it's like a random little thing that I added in there. Next, I have some letters here, and the letters just spell out calm. And I have two versions. I have one that's a little colorful and then one that's black and white. And I think I'm gonna go with the black and white version. But basically how you guys saw that I had, what was it? I had, oh yeah, grateful, guys. I had grateful spelled out in 2024 vision board. In this year's vision board, I'm gonna have calm spelled out. And I've talked about this in my review video, but I just want 2025 to be an easier year. I want to have slow mornings. I want to do face masks that's just like not as like, you know, when I need to get ready or I need to use this up because I bought it. I want to really like embody like calmness. I want to wake up in the morning. I want to meditate. I want to see the sunrise. I don't want to be snappy. I don't want to be irritable. Even with even the videos that I post and create online, I want them to have that kind of sense of like just calmness. And I feel like that's something that's missing. Farhan was just saying, guys, that you can also ask your printer to make this in like a sticker form. So you don't have to do the gluing part, which I thought was such a good idea, actually. So if your printer does that, that would be so smart. You can totally skip like that gluing stage. I think he would have cut it if I made everything the same size, because some is bigger, some is like long, some is short. So he was like, I won't cut it. I'm done cutting out my letters and they look cute. So I'm excited. I'm going to add them to the middle. They usually will go on very last. So my letters are done. And then we have some quotes here as well. This time I did my quotes a little big. Last time I felt like they were a little small, which I actually, now that I look back on my vision board, I didn't mind them. So don't forget to also add in some quotes for yours, just some things that you're striving towards, something that resonates with you and like vibes with you really. All of the pictures and everything, by the way, I think I mentioned I got them off Pinterest. So I would just search based on what my goal was. So for example, I'm searching like I'm gonna travel to 5 new countries or something like that. So if I know what countries they are gonna be, like if I'm going to Egypt, I would just search up like inspo Egypt pictures, and that would be what I'm using. For the quotes, I think I just looked up like calm or something like that, and then just like found things that really resonated with me and like being present. And I love this quote. I printed this quote out. I even have it like stuck somewhere else. I'm forgetting where now, but it says like luckiest girl in the world. And sometimes again, it just comes under like my being more grateful and stuff. Sometimes I do get in that like, oh, I'm just so unlucky. This didn't work out for me, something. So I just like to have that reminder that so much of my life has worked out, that sometimes if a video flops or something that I launched didn't go well, my business closing down or my YouTube page taking a long time to grow or whatever it is, or just having low engagement, changing my niche, whatever, right? That sometimes there are lots of things that worked out. Like, they truly are. Here I have some travel inspo pics. I'm going to put that in my travel section, I guess. I really would like to go to do a trip to Hong Kong this year with my daughter. Nothing planned as of yet, but I've already been to Hong Kong when I was a teenager, I think. I went, or like after I graduated university, I can't remember now, but I would really like to take her to the Disneyland there. One of my bucket list items for my 30s is going to be to visit every single Disneyland in the world. So even though I've already been to the Hong Kong one, I still would like to take my daughter. I also have some pictures of like little festivals. I have like one of Sankranti. I have just like a traditional kind of decor one here as well. And I put those in because I just want to make more of an effort to celebrate some like other festivals, I guess. We didn't celebrate a lot of festivals growing up in Sydney. So things like Diwali and Sankranti and stuff just didn't like celebrate it at all. But I kind of just want to make that little change for our family. We just didn't grow up doing it, and I just want to have something different for my daughter. I made myself a little glass of coffee just to kind of set the mood. Everything is cut up now, and we're gonna start working on the frame. This is the IKEA silver Hodgdon, and it's like actually just a photo frame. It is I think the outside is made of wood. It looks metal, but it's wood. And it has like the usual backing. And then it has this white piece of paper. And I think this white piece of paper is what I'm actually gonna use to stick everything down onto. Just like eco-friendly just works. I don't have to have a separate piece of paper. And then we have this little paper little frame for it, which I'm gonna keep because I think it makes it look very chic, I just like the border for it. I think it looks really cute. And then we have this little plexiglass frame, not real glass, which is fine by me, but I'm gonna just peel off the little cover. It's like a little plastic protector so it doesn't get any scratches. And a reminder that it's on both sides, so make sure you peel both of them off. Put the plexiglass back. Gonna put the cardboard bit back as well. I'm gonna use, like I said, just like the paper that it already comes with to like just stick everything on. What I actually might do is take the little frame and put it on top so I can like understand how much space I actually have to work with and not overshoot it. Here we go. All right, let's start. I'm gonna first start by putting my words. No, I think I usually do that last. So let's start by this pile over here. This is some of the things that I want to add just like to my collection, just some things that I want to buy this year or get as gift. I have a few things that I have like picked out, and I'm not going to add all of them. Surprisingly, now that I look at it, I didn't actually pick out too many other things. They're just maybe like little bits of jewelry or something that I would like to add to my collection this year. This frame thing was bothering me a little bit, so I'm just gonna remove it. I drew a little outline of it with a pen. All right, so we can just get started. My visions don't fit on my vision board. All right, we have to reduce the number of visions we have. So this 100K, I think I already have one. And then I'm gonna maybe trim this down and I'm gonna put that there. And I think this is really important for me this year. So I'm going to put this one, and then I'm gonna also put this one. Yeah, this one's important. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, the quotes, I'm actually gonna just make them smaller. We're about halfway through. How I've kind of arranged them is that like my more important goals, I guess, I've put them more towards like the front layer, the top layer maybe. And then maybe some like, maybe less important or not as urgent, or maybe even goals that are like a little bit more like vibes and goals, they've kind of made their way to like the back as more of like filler. So for example, this one of just like holding open a passport with all of the stamps, I'm considering this as like a little filler. It's like the vibes that I'm going for that, not specific to like any particular goal. It's not something concrete that, you know, is there, or even just something like where someone's holding a camera. So those are kind of situated towards the back, and then I layer over them. And I kind of like that system. And then some of my more important goals, so like my family goals, my base camp is going to be more at the top, or even this one of some PR that I want to receive. Again, more at the top. Also, this glue tape is extremely sticky. You have to like put it right where you want it, because once it's like down, it does not budge. Highly recommend it. The only thing is that, like I said, once it's down, it does not budge. So you have to be really certain, like, that is the positioning. Cool. Let's put on the little board. And the backing on, just, it does have a top side, so just make sure if you do have letters or quotes on yours that it's facing the right way, because I have like a hook point here. Now the big reveal, well, big reveal for me, but whoa, I actually love this look. I love it. You guys have to do this for your vision boards. It looks like a little piece of art, like a little scrapbook. Like it does, comparing this to the previous one. Like the previous one looked like a little scrapbook, but this looks like, I love it. It really does. It looks so flippin' cute. You guys have to do this for your vision boards. Use like either gold framing or a silver one, or you could do even a black metal if you want it to be really like minimal, but I'm sold on this idea. And then also at the end of each year, you can potentially like just reuse the entire frame, and I think it'll be easier than like having to like remove all of those little push pins. And you can also just store everything that you've pasted, or even the frame itself, so you can kind of look back on it and see if like over the years have other things have come true. One thing that I do realize I'm missing is maybe like a little 2025 little sticker or something like that. I might add that in maybe a little later, like somewhere here, but we all know it's 2025. But guys, that's it. That's a wrap on our vision boards. I hope you guys give this a go. I hope I was able to like inspire you and just like get you motivated for the new year, because everything that you see here, we're gonna achieve it. I'm so excited. Stuff like this gives me like the little bit of energy to get stuff done and to do stuff, even though I'm so exhausted today. We just had a crazy work day, but I'm so excited that this has kind of come together. This is our third step in our new year prep. Also, step 1 was decluttering, which we did. Step 2 was doing our goals revision and setting new goals. And this is step 3. Next, we have planning, which I don't know if I'm going to make a full video on, because a lot of like personal stuff comes into it, I guess. Like you literally, I sit there and like plan out my entire 2025 calendar, but we'll see. But if you haven't seen the declutter video, I'm going to put it up here. You can go and check it out. And of course, if you haven't seen my setting my goals, it'll give you a lot of clarity on why I've selected like some of the pictures that I've like selected. You can check it out right over here. And if you haven't already, remember to subscribe if you like the video. If you were inspired by the video or it helped you, do share it with a friend. Hopefully you guys can go and create your vision boards together. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.